Hello everybody. I have never done something quite like this before, so please bear with me, but welcome to my microvascular decompression surgery vlog. My name's Maria. I'm 27 years old, and 83 days ago I had microvascular decompression surgery at Mayo Clinic Phoenix. I had surgery with Dr. Richard Zimmerman on October 16th, 2020, and I am the youngest microvascular decompression patient that he's ever operated on. His previous youngest patient that he's done an NVD specifically on was 35 years old. And I'm making this video because when I was first diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, and especially throughout the surgery decision-making process, I would have loved to have some sort of insight like this into what it's really like. I figured I would make the video that I wish existed when I was making the decision to have surgery. So without further ado, so I just got my COVID test in some tent over there somewhere. It was uncomfortable, but it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Going inside to get urine tests and have some blood tests and get an electrocardiogram, I think. And it is 90 degrees out. Here we go, gonna meet the surgeon. All right, it is 10:42 on October 15th. We just met Dr. Zimmerman for the first time. We liked him, and I'm very confident that he knows what he's doing, and I'm very confident that I have picked the best hands to be in. Yesterday, I had to come here, the same building. Here's a hospital. And then here's these other buildings. I had to come to the same building for a urine test and a blood test and an electromyogram. And the electromyogram was about the weirdest thing ever. It makes you feel like an electric shock through half of your body, and it makes your whole body twitch. And then they remove the electrodes on your face to different parts of your face, and then they tell you to look down at your feet, and then they redo it, and that one makes you blink. It's very weird. You feel very out of control because this thing is controlling you and making you twitch, and it's weird. And then the neurologist comes in and he makes you clench your jaw really hard so that he can find your jaw muscle, and then he takes a needle and a syringe in your jaw muscle and tells you to do and is moving it around and is telling you to do different things while the needle is in your face, and that does not feel good. The second part, he took that needle out of my jaw muscle, and then he found the muscle, I guess, above your upper lip, and stuck a needle in my upper lip like this, and was kind of moving it around while telling me to purse my lips. So the one in the jaw hurt significantly more than this one. Feels like a shot in your face, and then they move the shot around. So that was not pleasant. This one was very bearable. Anyway, now we're leaving Mayo for the day. Well, not for the day, for a couple hours, because I have more appointments this afternoon. Oh, and while we're here, I'll show you where I had to go for the COVID test. It's just these tents over here. Drive through. I had like a large fry. They're like, oh no, actually we're gonna stick this Q-tip up your nose. So that was cool. I forgot to say that this morning at the Mayo Scottsdale campus, I had a Bayer test, which was totally painless, totally fine. They just put she like parts your hair, and then, oh, you can even see it, like, it feels really gross. She had to like shampoo my hair with this like clay feeling stuff, and then glue the electrodes down my head like this. So my hair feels and looks really gross. And then I had to just listen to some things in my ears and tell her, it's like a hearing test, and they're measuring something about your 8th cranial nerve, and then they're measuring the same thing during surgery, because the trigeminal nerve and where he'll be working is so close to your hearing nerves. They want to make sure that nothing is changing from your baseline pre-surgery hearing. So to do that, you have this test, and then they monitor the same thing during surgery, making sure your hearing is not getting worse. And then if something's changing during surgery, they need to address it. Anyway, off we go. So it's 3:51 on the 15th, just walking out of my pre-anesthesia appointment. It was like 10 minutes, and that's it for today. Next thing is surgery. All right, it is 10:36 on the morning of October 16th, and surgery is in 2 hours. Surprisingly, to my surprise, I slept really well. Slept like 10 hours probably, and feeling good, and anxious, but feeling good. Listened to the same song on repeat the entire way to the hospital. I think it's called Faithful Now. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It just says, I will speak to my fear, I will preach to my doubt, that you've been faithful then, you'll be faithful now. By the way, my check-in time, 10:42 a.m. How random is that? It is 10:40. So on brand. Alright, it's October 16th, 12:37 p.m. I've got my IV. Dr. Zimmerman came in and talked to me, asking if I have any final questions before surgery. I met the anesthesiologist. He asked me to think about where I want to go, where do I want him to send me to when I'm asleep. He basically said try to be more creative than Hawaii, because he sent so many people to Hawaii already. They tried to start the vein in this hand, as you can see. Start the IV. As you can see, they blew the vein, so that was pretty painful. This is all the stuff that they're going to hook me up to in surgery. And Dr. Zimmerman came in and marked behind my ear. And the anesthesiologist came in at noon and said it'll be 30 to 45 minutes probably before they take me back. And that was almost 40 minutes ago. So, probably go back into surgery pretty soon. Oh, and 2 neurology techs came in, and they're the ones who taped this stuff to me. And they made some markings on my head and made some measurements in my head. And basically, the tests that I had the other days, pre-op stuff, the Bayer tests, and then when they put the needles in your face, they're going to do that again, but all while I'm asleep, thank God. So she had me clench my jaw and unclench my jaw so that she could find my jaw muscle, and she marked there somewhere. And everything sounds like it's ready. They're just prepping the room for me. And cool, I'll look really good. Alright, here we are, a million days later. It is 13 days after surgery, October 29th. Walking into the Mayo Clinic. I still have a lot of shall we call them, complications after surgery. So we're going to talk to Dr. Zimmerman about those and then get all these staples out of my head. Got 13 staples in surgery, and I'm gonna go get those out now. So the plan was for me to, my surgery was on a Friday, and I thought I was gonna fly back to Denver on Tuesday. Well, I got out of the hospital on Sunday. Most people have a one-night stay in the hospital. I had two. So I got out on Sunday. Thought I was gonna fly back to Denver on Tuesday, which in hindsight is just absolutely insane. Flying back tomorrow, and even that I'm like a little bit nervous about, just because I don't feel good. And I'm hoping that this appointment with Dr. Zimmerman can bring some clarity, hopefully, as to why I've been having all the complications. Not really complications, what do they call, side effects, I guess, from the surgery. Just a lot of pain and a lot of stuff that no one told me about. Which is fine. I mean, he can't predict the future. Everybody responds to everything differently. So stay tuned for after this appointment. Hopefully I'll have a lot more answers. Alright, it's a couple hours later, leaving Mayo, and just picked up some prescriptions for Bell's palsy, thanks to my mask and sunglasses. Can't tell, but
But she has it.
just in time for Halloween.
So here I am 83 days later, and the Bell's palsy has almost entirely resolved itself. I'd say about 98% resolved. Of course, we are the harshest critics of ourselves, so I can still see a tiny bit of it where probably most people can't. But if you want more information on that and kind of what I did to help it along, I will be having another video on that uploaded in the near future. I'm also going to be uploading a video just kind of about my trigeminal neuralgia story more in general, when it started, how it started, what steps I took before surgery, all those sorts of things. Also a video on how I chose my surgeon and what that whole process looked like and why I eventually got to the place of opting for surgery. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was, if nothing else, informative, resourceful, helpful, etc. And check out the other videos if you want to know more about those. Thanks for watching.